Welcome to IAT channel and please subscribe to get our updates. No indigenous Fulani in Yoruba land, LRG wants Macban. I think Afenifere had to speak up before what is theirs will turn to someone else. When Buhari talked about returning to pre-colonial grazing routes, you thought he doesn't know what he was saying. He was trying to say that even before the colonial masters did this merger, or what is called amalgamation of Nigeria, northern and southern protectorates, that the Fulanis have been moving their cattle all of Nigeria and beyond. In other words, he's trying to say there is nothing like borderlines or boundaries. To him, their own passages, crossings, and even rights to ownership of almost every part of Nigeria, even without any strings attached, as in the case of being in Nigeria. He meant to say, even if we leave Nigeria aside, the Fulanis still have rights to all of these places, although some of them are coming in for the first time, all the way from their former maybe settlements or where the original land, wherever, outside what is considered Nigeria today. This is also the same reason those Fulanis occupying forests and building settlements in Yoruba land and elsewhere in the south are telling you that they have been there 200 years ago, 200 plus years ago. The amalgamation of Nigeria was in 1914, which makes it just 107 years. Compare that to the 200 years or 200 plus years they said they have been there. So they are telling you they have been there earlier. They are telling you they partly own the place. And sooner, those in Southeast will tell you they own the place too. They are already saying it. So Fulani settlements in forests in Oshimili Delta states, Fulani settlers, sorry, they are already contending with the local government chairman of that over the place. They built settlements in the forest, and the local government chairman is telling them, you can't be there. And they are telling him, we have settled here. We have rights to stay here. The Afenifere group does not want that to continue. They don't want to lose anything to these people. And that is why they replied, no indigenous Fulani in Yoruba land. Let's look at the story. The Afenifere Renewal Group, ARG, last Sunday won the Mieti Ala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, against the deliberate misrepresentation of the indigenous demography of Yoruba land, saying there is no Fulani settlement in any part of the southwest Nigeria that fits the dictionary definition of indigenous. So there is none of their settlement that makes them become indigenous people, that they only come to settle. Now here is that same thing I hinted from the beginning at play. The Secretary General of MACBAN, Usman Baba Ngelzama, was quoted to have, during a live TV interview, said, in Ondo and most of southern states, we have indigenous pastoralists whose fathers were brought up in those states, and those who are there today were also brought up there. So if you ask them to go, they won't know where to go because they know these states as their own states. Can you imagine that? But while reacting to MACBAN, the ARG, in a statement through its publicity secretary, Kunle Famoriyo, said, there is no Fulani man or woman living in any part of southwest Nigeria that can own the ancestral history of the community as his or her family's history. Conversely, he said, There is none among the Fulani families that first settled in Yoruba land whose history of migration cannot be told by the indigenous Yoruba people. Like Yoruba people, they have records. If you want to say you own the place, they will open up. You know, Yorubas document everything, including juju. They have documentation. They are good at that. If you want to say you own the place, they will tell you the actual date you arrived there. That they have been there before you. So he went on. He said, the deliberate use of words that confer on the Fulani people a status that is not theirs constitutes a security threat and does not portray Macban and its member as peace-loving people. The subtlety in Baba Ngazima's choice of word is another confirmation of the Macban's alleged surreptitious plan to grab and claim ancestral land for its members through inappropriate means. Baba Ngazima's claim that there are Fulani people who do not know any other places as their ancestry, other than their place of birth, owes it plots to mischief, deliberate distortion of facts, and a devilish plan to redraw the demography of the indigenes of southwest Nigeria. The group's spokesman said that migration is a global phenomenon and anyone should be able to live in any part of the world that suits his or her ambition, but insisted that the case of integration of a settler in a society is never determined by the settler's term. It is not the settler that will say, this is, they don't have, it's the people that own the place that will tell you your status, not you. You can't just come in and say, we own this place. They are the one that will give you the terms of, occupying the place. Okay, he said, this migration is a global phenomenon, and anyone should be able to live in any part of the world that suits his or her ambition, but insisted that the ease of integration of a settler into a society is never determined by the settler's term, but by his or her readiness to abide by the laws and norms of the society. So, in this case, he said, as the saying goes, when in Rome, do as Romans do. Macban members and other Fulani headsmen want to settle here on their own terms and by employing the most repugnant and vicious strategy, which the Ondo State Governor, Alakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, SAN, stood firmly against. So the Yorubas are trying to correct the Fulanis who are seeing that settlement in Yoruba land, they are seeing it as ownership of the place. And some of these settlements in the south, they were not paid for. They occupy, they believe. So, most of these settlements were done in the name of one Nigeria. Then some of these settlements, like they said, could be pre-colonial. But the Yorubas said they have the records. They can tell you when you came there. So viewers, what do you think? Add your comment. Tell us what you think about the whole of these things. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Also click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime we drop. I am Azuka OJ, and please remember to share this video widely. Bye for now.